Already the show.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Thank you all for joining me. I have two special, well, I'll have three, but currently I have two special guests. I have Death Dragon and I have Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Say hello, fellas.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
And they are here to help me celebrate my 53rd year on this planet.
Ain't no shot
Happy
you're that
birthday
old.
to me.
Happy
To me.
birthday.
Happy birthday, but no shot you're that
to
old.
me. Happy birthday to me. All right. Can't sing the song because you know you have to pay for that. So we don't have that in the budget.
I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's why you don't see them sing it to people on the shows, unless it's a show with a very large budget. But on regular like television shows, like if you watch The View, if you watch any of those other talk shows, any of the morning shows, they don't sing the birthday song because you have to pay for that.
For royalties.
Hmm. So that's why you'll see them normally say like happy birthday and they'll pull out the balloons or the cake and they have all this festive stuff going on, but you don't actually hear them singing the song.
Okay, I never knew that.
And I don't know exactly how much of it you get away with singing before you have to pay. So I'm like, we're not even going to go there. Um, so all of that said, uh, tell us where we can find you, Death Dragon, and what do you stream? On what days do you normally stream?
Hey everybody, DeafDragon369 here. You can find me on twitch.com at DeafDragon369, all capital letters. I try to stream every night of the week and weekdays at 11:30 p.m. Central Time. I mostly play on either PlayStation 5. I'm trying to get my computer up and running so I can do PC streaming, but you can catch me playing Fortnite, Destiny, and Grounded on PC.
Very nice. It looks like there we go. And Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Please tell the people where they can find you and what games do you stream and on what days can they generally expect to see you streaming?
Okay, expect me to stream. I don't have a schedule. Games. Of course, there's Destiny, which I just finished streaming not that long ago. And then I had that stupid long The Last of Us stream, which was like 16 hours. So yeah, it'll be random. So it could either be a short stream or it could be super long. It just depends. And of course, you can find me on twitch.tv/Mountain Dew Baja Blast 1.
Sounds good. So you both mentioned Destiny. So what's going on lately with Destiny? How was the Halloween event?
Go
Oof.
ahead, take it away.
Oof.
Oh,
It
okay.
was it was not even okay. It's still not done, or is by the time this will be airing, it's done. Correct? No, there still be like 1 day left. I think. Regardless, they need it needs help. It really needs help. It needs a revamping of some sort. Um, I think we've touched on this before, but I'll reiterate. Like, bring back the haunted forest, man. Something. Those lost sectors, they just ain't it.
Keith, did you participate with the Halloween celebration, the special event?
No, I have not participated at all. I have given Destiny a break until they can. Maybe the next season starts, it'll be something hopefully different. But as of right now, I haven't even thought of playing Destiny at all. I've given it a break until they can get some new content out. I might go and complete the story for the nostalgia of it, but I'm not interested in the Halloween event at all.
Well, I can certainly understand that. I told you all that I am just maintaining, and probably the truth of it is you will probably see me do hit or miss with Destiny until February. I'm throwing all of my energy, of course, in February into Destiny. But I tend to do that from February through August. I tend to eat, sleep, and breathe Destiny. And then once they no longer have any relevant or interesting content for me, then I take a little hiatus. I'm there, but not quite there. And particularly because some of the streamers begin to run amok. And I don't know if I sent this to you, but I know I was quite irritated. And I sent it to Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And I'm not going to mention the streamer by name. I'm just going to say that this particular streamer has a penchant for calling for weapons to be nerfed and complaining about the feel of things and how its feel is missing for the elite player. And I found it quite irritating that this individual was bragging about how he completed Grandmaster Nightfall in 8 minutes.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, this streamer is not even elite. He's easily the 0.01%.
So he's the elite of the elite.
He's the very top echelon. He's the elite of the elite. This person is a world's first raider, I believe.
And
that speaks volumes, because I am Destiny's worst player. I love Destiny, but I am the worst player. I play it for fun. I play it to relax. I am not anywhere near that level. So when he speaks of nerfing all of these things, he hurts the people on the bottom rung like myself. What about us? Where do we go? What do we do? And another one of them was recently complaining that, or celebrating that they took off the skill-based matchmaking, and it just went back to being based on internet connection. But he went a step further and said that the reason why he doesn't like the skill-based matchmaking is because control for him is where he goes to relax. He puts his effort into trials and oh God. What's the other one?
Gambit?
No.
Elimination?
No, trials and the other one.
Iron Banner?
Yes. He puts his effort in trials and Iron Banner. And he feels as if control should just be a place where he gets to go and stomp all over people like me, because we're just there as fodder so that he can sit there and relax and save all his energies for trials.
How could you play like that where you're so good at everything, it's become boring to you, and it needs to be more of a challenge. Like the world does not, the world of Destiny should not revolve around a certain class of people. And if you are so good at that game, why don't you try something else? Start from the ground up, or like you said, go in there with a butter knife and see how well you do. And it really tickles and irritates me when they complain about skill-based matchmaking, where it's literally the challenge that they're asking for. They want a challenge, so they put on skill-based matchmaking, and they're going up against people that are just as sweaty as them. But they say that, and then when it happens, they complain. I can't get 20 kills. I'm not running into players like you or players like me anymore. It's unfair. It needs to be a better challenge. And then when they do get killed one time, they got 30 kills. They get killed one time. What was that gun? Oh, that needs to be nerfed. I shouldn't have died to that. Destiny, and they start typing it out, sending their emails and streaming. It irritates me. Like, you are not the only one that's trying to relax on this game and have fun. And I can go on and on off of that one statement. That
all I have to say about that is, if they come for the Heart of the Inmost Light, I'm gonna be saying some toxic ass shit in their chats. That's all I gotta say about that.
As long as nobody kills them with it, or that'll actually do it. If they're a Titan and they get killed by that, they'll lose their
I'm not sure if you guys have seen it or not, but there was another video that I thought was pretty interesting, which this person was saying that there's 3.0 everything.
Yes, I did see that.
3.0 enemies that are smarter, enemies that as the content scales up, their AI scales up with it. Which
I like that.
To me sounds perfect, because I'm tired of these fucking champions everywhere.
And someone did a stream about that. I think it was not a stream, but he did a vlog. It was Paul Tassi. He mentioned that, and he was saying that, and some people can get upset about it, or they may get upset about it, but I think that he made a valid point. And he, at this point, and he doesn't know what the solution is, because we can't just say, okay, with the champions, because we've sort of created a whole weapon economy and build and all of that as far as the weapons go, and intrinsics to the weapons for champions. But he does believe that Destiny, Bungie, they have gone champion crazy. Whereas rather than, as you mentioned, beefing up the AI, making them more intelligent, putting you in situations where the design itself will make the situation more difficult for you. Rather than do that, they've gone the route of, forgive me, because I forget exactly what it was that, Catch Crash. I think he was doing Master Catch Crash or something of that nature. And he said that there were champions abound. Like, just to go, it was like you fought to get to this one particular point, and then all of a sudden it became a champion festival, because they were coming out of everywhere. Champion. I can
attest to those.
Which is ridiculousness.
But I do agree with the streamer that said that 3.0 enemies should be a thing. Their AI, the way that they move and shoot, because the animations have been the same since forever. Yes. I'm pretty sure they're recycled from the first game.
Well, they've made some improvements, and then you can tell where they've made improvements, but then in others, you can tell not much has changed, because I think I saw And mind you, I wasn't really paying all that much attention. I just happened something catch my eye when I was looking at videos, and someone had he was AFK and just left his character sitting there, and he was in the oh gosh, Dreaming City. He left his character sitting there, and you saw one of the guys at the fire run by. He ran by once. The guy ran by him again. Mind you, his character's just sitting there with a gun. But because he wasn't engaged, the enemy's just running by like they doesn't see him. And so, as you're saying, if you were to tweak some of these enemies, whereas if you're on the field, they see you. So basically, the second you step on the field, you're always engaged with them. They don't blind, and there's some of them that I think it was in the Leviathan where I have actually, but maybe I was walking backwards or something, bumped into them. But because of the way I interacted with them, they didn't recognize I was an enemy.
Excuse me.
I think that would be a good idea to implement the 3.0, because being a Destiny 1 player, it wasn't until Destiny 2 when enemies would start dodging your abilities and attacks. Before, you could shoot an enemy with a grenade and it would just stand there with a sword and take it. Now, if you attack a knight, they're like, oh, and they'll roll out of the way. If you throw a grenade and they see you throw that grenade, they will jump out of the way and they'll dodge it. And it also, I think, wasn't until Destiny 2, now when you like run from enemies that are like shooting grenades or something at you, they'll try to throw them a little bit in front of you so you'll run into them instead of like shooting where you were. They see you run and they're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot in front of you. And that would be a good implement. The enemies can notice you farther away if you're in a certain field view in front of them, not just around them but in front of them. They see you. And I think that would be a good way to go about things, seeing how they can tweak them and make enemies more of a challenge, instead of taking away from us on the bottom of the food chain, taking our guns away and making it harder for us. Make the enemies more of a challenge.
Not gonna lie though.
Well, wait a minute now. Now I'm on the bottom of the food chain. I'm putting you all to the middle towards the top of the food chain now. I'm on the bottom here now.
I'm the bottom of the echelon of whatever it is, like Grandmasters. We have the AI that's really good at doing stuff.
Yes.
And then at the Master, it's not as good as that. And at a regular Legendary Nightfall, it's not as good as the Master. And so on and so forth. I think another good solution is to make more enemies like the Light Bearers. I don't know what the heck they're called. The Hive ones that can do supers and stuff?
Yeah, the Hive Guardians.
Yeah. I feel like if they made more of those, that would be sick.
Within reason, be careful what you ask for, because I don't want an unlimited number. I don't want an unlimited number.
I think I would rather
Hunter Light Bearers running around.
Thank you.
I would rather see those than
throwing blade barrages, because whatever they do, they're unlike us. They're not limited. Blade barrage, blade barrage, blade barrage.
I don't want to get tethered and then have a
now because what they'll do. Be careful what you ask for, because what they'll do. They'll do that, and then they'll be like, and guess what? He's also a champion.
Do you want to see?
Oh no!
I
like their Superman. Jesus! Oh hell no!
I don't want to see that. See him
I just want to see a mode
at me. I'm not here for that.
Like a mode specifically for these higher echelon players. Like throw everything at them.
Oh, for them, yes.
Yeah,
I
throw everything.
I think for the next raid,
make those Light Bearers fucking champions.
I'm in agreement for the World first raids, since they are crying, they need a challenge. What they need to do is they need to develop a grandmaster raid.
Mm-hmm.
Have a regular raid, have the master raid, have the grandmaster raid. And in the grandmaster raid, they should have light bearers
I'm about to say
that are
something that's gonna make
masters.
you mad.
Light bearers with that light bearers that are champions, and they need to make sure they create. Well, we have a new DLC coming out. You know what we need? We need some sort of enemy that can look at your weapon and just for the grandmaster, look at your weapon and take some of your ammo.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
at your
That would
weapon
be,
and make it jam. You want a challenge?
People would lose
It's
their
too much.
shit.
It's too OP. That's what you need for those grandmaster types of things to make it
I'm
more
about to say
challenging.
something that's
Let
gonna
them get
make you
enemies that
mad,
can look at their weapon.
but I do agree. Like there needs to be like a higher tier of harder content because you said that I'm like a higher above like a medium player. I did the King's Fall raid, the master one, with almost no difficulties. And like, yeah, I was looking forward to it and it was fun. But like there was something missing to it. Like it was missing that
challenge, because they were saying the people that want to do like a master or something of that nature, they were saying that they not necessarily that they needed to be that you needed, champions or 20 champions running through it. But if you're going to then call it a master, then why don't you make the puzzles a little bit more difficult? Mm-hmm. Why some of the mechanics, make some of the mechanics more difficult? And I think there are definitely ways with that raid to increase the difficulty of some of those mechanics.
They are to an extent, because I'm not sure if like you can complete the master like with the same like stuff. But what we were doing is we went through it, and in every single encounter, we were doing the challenge for it. So that's how we were challenging ourselves. And we were trying to use weapons that were not meta. That's how we were giving ourselves that challenge. But we didn't sit here and complain. This shit's too easy. This shit's not fun. Like, we literally went through, like, we tried to kill Oryx with only Thunder Crashes. Which is kind of hard to do.
You're also talking about an elite team. How many people have the benefit of being on an elite team? I think if Destiny were to take a look at what actually goes on for the great majority of people, they would find that there's more of ragtag teams where you have a mixture. And therein, communication is key. And therein, you're going to then have some added built-in challenges just because it's a ragtag team. And that ragtag team, you need to learn where everybody's strengths and weaknesses are and learn to cover for them. Whereas if you have a team of elites, you're not really, that's not your issue. So now you have to then look to, okay, what's going to be challenging for us? And you have to invent things. And so there needs to be something that challenges that group too. So I guess what I'm saying is, I understand that some of these streamers, they want to have content.
So I think this all comes back down to the enemies.
Yep, but they want to have content. They want to have money for their streams, and they want to.
So I think we're in agreement that it could be fixed with the enemies getting an upgrade.
Totally, and well, basically upgrade the enemies and upgrade the content. I think that if you understand that it's not a one size fits all, and I think they sort of learned that to a certain extent when they had the legendary campaign and the regular campaign for
Oh,
Lich
I
King.
love that.
It was
I
so good.
think they need to do the same thing, but just in general for different activities such as raids and nightfalls, like Grandmaster and Master Nightfall.
I
Don't
also
make them one size fit all, because you have different people in each section of your player base. And so don't cater to one. Make it so that here is the basic design of something, and without trying to throw in a million champions, as you mentioned, we can make smarter AI 3.0. We can make more challenging puzzles, maybe even additional puzzles for the elite, and for the that 0.01 elite. I would even go as far as to say, instead of necessarily making things more difficult in terms of AI, yes, do that. But I think they would probably be even more challenged by making puzzles that are beyond the pale.
yeah, I agree. I feel like I think the streamer also spoke about having like a Soulsborne type like area or like content type where they would go into any type of activity, and if they died, they drop something like out of their inventory. Like, let's say at random it picks out one of your weapons to go away. Like, I think that would incentivize the streamers to be a lot more careful in these very, high.
For the
Yeah,
elite,
practices.
most
Yeah.
definitely. You know what? And that is absolutely a fantastic idea. You want to be challenged when you start doing that elite level sort of activity. Whereas, and I know you were doing the Grandmaster, but I'm just simply saying it. I just took a note to that. But yes, when you're doing elite level activities, not the Grandmaster, but
any like
if
dungeons and
you
stuff.
want to elect to put more challenges on, and maybe that is something that can be done. Whereas you can have challenge even harder challenge modes beyond Grandmaster. I don't know. And maybe where it could be something as simple as by electing for that, as you said, instead of having those 10 revives, if you want a more challenging mode, you can have it where you can have, instead of getting the 10, have 5. Instead of having a maximum of 5, have 2. You can have it where you can have no revives. And you mess up, you go right back to orbit. That's challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the challenge
And
that
then
they're
also
looking for.
they need to watch out. I get that they want to cater to like the hardcore people, but they also need to cater to like the majority of their player base.
Because that's where the money's coming from. Because you have the majority of the people watching those elite streamers, doing what the elite streamers tell you to do, getting the build the elite streamers tell you to get, and then everybody knocking their head against the wall trying to do what they're doing.
There needs to be like I get it. Just make a difference.
And then,
Like,
of
I feel
course,
like they can
they
make a difference.
charge some of them to take people through those activities during their streams,
Like,
essentially. I don't want to say. Let me rephrase that.
Mhm.
By subscribing and giving sponsorships, you then allow yourself to be added to a community that is then eligible to participate in these sort of in-game activities with them.
well, I mean, some of them have it in their streams, where like if you get a certain amount of like points in their stuff. But
And how do you get those points?
by watching them, of course.
And doing what?
Excuse me, what was the question? I'm sorry.
I said just watching them and doing what?
Watching them doing all of their big activities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like it's such a weird balancing act. But they can't cater to one side or the other all the time. It needs to be one here, one there, one here, one there.
Well, why not balance it? Whereas you're giving here, this is for you, and this is for you. Because in the real world, if you have two kids that don't necessarily like the same food, if resources are tough, you're not making two complete different meals. You can start off with the base meal and make it where you cater a couple and break off the base where it more appealing to this one, and then take it and doctor it up where it's more appealing to that one, but you're feeding them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying, oh, well, baby, this one this week, and I guess next meal for you.
Yeah, one of them kids eats real good, and the other one goes hungry.
Exactly. You feed them at the same time, and if you are a knowledgeable cook, you know how to take a base and take that base and cater it and refine it to the taste of different people in your home. But you're still starting with the same base. So you're not really duplicating the work for yourself more than adding a couple of extra pans in there. Well, I want to thank you both for helping to celebrate my birthday with me. Yay! Tell everybody once again where they can find you.
Hey everybody, I'm DeafDragon369. You can find me on Twitch every day of the week, streaming Grounded, Fortnite, and a little bit of Destiny at 11:30 p.m. Central Time. And let me see, did I already say where they can find? Oh, you can find me on Twitch at all capital letters, DeafDragon369. Moons?
My name is not Moons. That is my previous name.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast 1.
Of course, you guys can find me on Twitch, Mountain Dew Baja Blast 1. You know, I do surprise streams. I even surprise myself. But you can see me stream a variety of games, from first-person shooters to single-player games to FIFA to... I'll be streaming God of War sometime here soon within the next few days.
Oh, you know, the
so I can prepare
Ragnarok?
for the next one.
Ooh.
So I might do the God of War, of course, the mythology edition. What is this? The one with Ragnarok and stuff. And then I'll do the first one, and then I'll probably do the second one right after.
Nice. And I hope that to get an invite from either one of you to participate in your streams. You know, again, I'm not the best, but I do bring fun to the party.
Hell yeah.
I hope to get some invitations, because I certainly will be inviting you all to some of mine. I can be found on YouTube, Twitch. My streams go out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30 in the morning, as far as my blog. And you can
just to clarify,
7:30
a.m.
7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time,
yes.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And you can see me streaming as far as gaming goes. Again, gaming for me is just something that's relaxing. It allows my mind to unwind. I am not the end all be all. I consider myself to be a bottom feeder player. I'm at the bottom. But I love the games I play.
Hey, yo, hey, I would like to disagree. You're not at the bottom. I've seen worse players.
Well, that's not a glowing endorsement, but I'm going to take it. But you will see me playing Destiny. I probably will play First Descendants when it comes out. And I think and I love city builder games. I'm sorry, I got stuck in my head trying to think of the other games that I like because I saw a game today that I understand has been out for a couple of weeks, but I'm not going to mention it now. You might just see me streaming it very soon because it's on PlayStation and on computer as well. So we'll see. I'm going to take a look at it. I saw one video of it. It looks very interesting, but it's one of those interesting, complicated sort of games. So, again, this is my 53rd year on this planet. So Granny's not trying to learn all new things as far as some of these games are concerned. So I try to keep it simple. All right, everybody.
There's too many more years, though.
Yes.
Thank you.
To many more.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys for celebrating with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.